Good morning, it's Margaret at the University of Sewing, and it is Facebook Live, guys. And boy, do we have some fun stuff for you today. It is Friday, so we're talking about Bernina. But I want to first tell you what our giveaway today is. It's a whole panel full of quilt labels. So guess what May is? May is Long Arm Month. You hopefully will be making lots of beautiful quilts, and I have just the labels for you. But you know, I was thinking about this. There's no reason these labels couldn't be for something else. You could put them inside your bags. You could go ahead and do something on an item of clothing because they come in a variety of sizes. This is a really cute little group of labels, and we are going to give this away to the person who in our comments lets us know that they shared. The deal is you have to share on your Facebook feed, and you want to go ahead and in the comments write that you shared. That way we'll know. A lot of us have our privacy settings set up in a way that I can't here at the University of Sewing see who shares unless you tell me. So do you guys hear anything in the background? We're going to go over and take a quick look at something, and I'll pause it so it won't be so noisy. But honestly, the long arms here are not that noisy. It's just enough, though, on our video that I think it might be noisy. So I'm going to bring you over here real quick and show off what we're doing today. You guys saw the beautiful panel with our patriotic panel with our red pickup truck and the flag behind it and the eagle. Well, here is the quilt made up of that, and it is being quilted on a Bernina Q24 long arm. It is right now using our Q-matic. This is the automated system that Bernina has created to do the quilting for you. And check this out, it's putting wonderful little stars on this. We'll go over and show you on the Q-matic what the actual design is, because it's stitched in navy and it's kind of hard to see. But if you go ahead and bring them over here, Dave, we'll show how beautiful this is. And guess what I can do now? Since I want it to be quiet while we do this, I can take and pause it either at the computer or at the head. And it is currently, and it shows me exactly where I stopped. So when I get ready to start again, I'll know exactly where it is in the design. So it started over here, it's gonna go here. Then this dotted line is what's called a jump stitch. For those of you who do embroidery, you probably know what that is. But it's showing me that what it'll do is it'll stop here and then it'll start over here and pick back up again. Now, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go ahead and click. Well, I don't know that I can. I might have to pause the entire machine. This machine is very smart, but it likes things done in the order it wants them done. But what I can do is I can have my jump stitches shut off so that what it'll do is the computer won't stop. It'll just send it right over there and it'll just keep on sewing. Usually with jump stitches, what happens is the computer will stop and wait for you to cut them and then get going again. But Bernina has now created this on its Q-matic that you don't have to wait for those jump stitches anymore. Okay, so we have a lot to talk to you about. Did you know the red chairs are on sale? Isn't that a wonderful thing? So we have them set at 2 different heights right now, but I have red chairs here available for you to purchase. We've got them in the box ready to be put together, or you can come in and get one of the ones that's already put together. That's what I would want to do. So let's go ahead. We've got dust covers. If you have a sit-down long arm and you've been waiting to get a dust cover, they are also on sale right now. 20% off the chairs, 20% off the dust covers. And by the way, things like our accessory items, I can ship them to you. So you don't have to live locally for us to be able to, you would be helping us, and we would love to ship them to you. Anything over $150 ships for free. So think about that. So one of the other things I want to make sure that you know about is when you decide to buy your long arm, if you get one of the pro units like what I was just showing you, you can get your casters for 20% off. How nice is that? Don't forget, if you do own a long arm and you've been thinking about it, it's a nice time to think about purchasing your long arm quilting book. So Bernina's got those big books, and they are so helpful for all the different things you want to do with your Berninas. Okay, gripper rings, they're on sale. Now, all the things I'm telling you, these things don't go on sale very often. So if you've got a long arm, you've got a sit down, you've got a table, you might even think about the gripper rings for something like if you've got your machine in a cabinet. These could also be helpful. All right, another thing we've got here, I want to remind you, this folding table with the Q16 on it, lowest price ever. This is only $5,999. There has never been a better price for this. So you will really want to think, you didn't think you could afford a long arm? You can afford a long arm. And look how much easier it would be to do your quilt on this than on your sewing machine. All this room is really something else. And if you have times of the year where maybe you aren't living, maybe you're here for the summertime, and in the winter you go down to Florida or something like that, this might be a really good opportunity for you to have something that you can take to both places or have at both places. You could consider doing that also. So the gripper rings are on sale, but I don't want to forget, I did forget to tell you this last week. Did you realize the walking foot was on sale? 25% off. It's our accessory of the month. If you are interested in getting a walking foot for your Bernina sewing machine, this is a wonderful deal. These are expensive. I'm sorry, guys, they just are. They come with 3 different soles. They come with all kinds of little accessory parts to them. And so they're going to be more expensive. So when you're normally thinking about getting one of those, maybe the price point's been a little high for you. It's always great to get a deal, isn't it? It's just always great to get a deal.
When do you need a walking foot?
I use walking feet a lot. In fact, every sewing machine I've ever bought for myself for the last 30 years, I bought a walking foot for it, and I bought an open-toed foot. That just has been something really important for me, has been to go ahead and do those couple of things. Because walking feet can help you sew knits. They can help you sew any kind of thing you're doing. Say you are you're a brand new quilter. The walking foot's just such a cool thing for them, because what they can do then is they can quilt all their straight lines and get that done, and slight waves and things on that order. There's some really cool books out on the market. We're actually got one on order right now. It's called Walk, and it will show you all the things that you can do as far as really beautiful quilting on and it's really modern looking and very nice. But you know, your straight lines are always the hard thing to do. So what is really helpful is if you're doing small pieces and you're doing them on your sewing machine, the walking foot's gonna just make that a lot more simple. So I use the walking foot, like I said, for knits, for quilting, but I use the walking foot sometimes when I've just got a fabric that is being cranky. It's not feeding through my system the way I want it to. I'm getting the bottom side may be longer than the top side. They were cut together. They were the same size. It's happened to all of us. Your walking foot is going to actually fix those issues. It's going to feed the fabric through together, and you will just be so thrilled with the results of that.
And what size machine will this fit on?
The walking foot that I've got right here, we've got 2 of them in stock. One is for your legacy machines. That is going to be like your record 830 all the way through, I believe, like a 1630. And then this one, the current model, this will work for your 330, your 335, your 325. Any of the 4 series, any of the 5 series, any of the 7 series, and any of the 8 series too. So this will work on all of those machines. And if you're just not sure, just give us a call. we'll help you. We'll help figure out which one's the right one for your machine.
And you can stop in and try it too.
Well, of course you can stop in and try it, because I've always got a walking foot around somewhere. So yes, please come and do that. We'd love to have you do that. You know, this whole week has been crazy. Dave and Aaron have been out multiple times setting up long arms for people and taking and also doing some servicing. They just were recently down in, was it Mitchell?
Nope.
Madison.
Madison area.
Okay, excuse me. I'm sorry. They
farther
both
away.
started with M's. So Madison, Indiana is a beautiful town down in the south part of the state. It is got this wonderful, the river goes right through it. The whole area down there is
By
just
the way,
pretty.
we got to see a riverboat with the paddle wheel on the Ohio when we were
Yes,
down there.
it was absolutely gorgeous. So they had just this gorgeous time going down there, seeing all the pretty sights down there long enough at least while they're driving around. And they went and did what is called a COA. And a COA is something everybody should really kind of know about. It is your clean, oil, and adjust. We do these for your sewing machines. We do them for your sergers. We do them for your long arms. So if you own any of those, you should know that Bernina Servicing is done here by Dave and Aaron. And they will work really hard to get things fixed for you. I recently had a bunch of trouble with some of the new designs that Bernina has got on their long arm. The new version that they came out with is just absolutely beautiful. But some of the designs, I was really having a struggle with thread breaking. We changed feet, and miraculously, the whole thing is working just brilliantly now. So who knew? So I will tell you that they are just really, kind of bulldogs about this. They go in there and they really try to find out what's wrong, and we won't stop until we get the problem fixed. And it turned out in this case, we had tried, oh my goodness, we tried for 3 days to figure out what was wrong. And it never occurred to us to try changing the foot. So just an idea for you. If you've got a long arm, you're having problems with thread breakage, you might want to go ahead and at least think about changing the foot out. I had on, the foot I was using was a 44C, which is one I use very frequently. But the problem was it wasn't giving enough stability in some of these new designs to actually stitch it out. So I needed to go back to my number 9 foot. So I was using this, but it wasn't pressing down on the fabric in the way that the long arm needed to create the stitches. So it was skipping stitches and it was breaking thread. And it never occurred to me to look at that and see if that was maybe the problem. But now I have another gun in my arsenal. So that's really cool when you figure out something like that and realize that there's other things that could be the problem. So I didn't know it, but that's pretty cool. Okay, so let's see what else we want to talk about. Other things I learned this past week. I am going to be gone all next week. I'm going up to Bernina to get more education and hopefully learn plenty of things for you. So I am going to be going to a class where I'm going to be doing some things with art and stitch. I'm going to be doing a lot on the Q-matic, and hopefully I will come back with lots of information for all of you who have purchased those. What I want to show you today is something I hadn't realized. Right here on the long arm, on the screen, there's some things that I just really think are very handy. I had known that if you touch the foot icon, it would take and raise or lower your foot. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Dave come down here and do this, and I'm going to tell you I'm pressing on the foot icon, and there my foot comes up. Well, that makes some sense, right? I had thought that that was going to be true. But there's another place on the screen I can press, and I am pressing in a different spot. And look at the foot raising, but I'm going to show you what I hit. On the screen, it shows the foot and lowers it down or raises it up. Isn't that a nice thing to know? So I was really pleased to find that out. On these, you are able to do BSR1 just like you are in your sewing machine. That is the continuous stitching. You're able to do BSR2, which is going to be only working when you're moving either the head of the machine or if you're moving the quilt under it. So it just depends on if you have a sit-down model or if you have a frame model. It also does BSR3. Now BSR3 is pretty fun. It's your basting mode, and you can do 1, 2, or 4 stitches per inch, and that's what that is. And then finally there's a manual mode. And what does manual mode mean? Well, remember before there was any Bernina stitch regulator, we just had to move the quilt and it sewed, and we just, however fast we moved, we get littler stitches, and if we moved in bigger motions, it would make bigger stitches. Well, that's manual mode. And that was the reason Bernina came up with a stitch regulator, so that would happen. So one of the things that's really different about the Bernina Longarms versus the other ones out on the market is that you can use regular needles in these. So that means you can use your quilting needle, you can use your microtex needle, you can use a top stitching needle. There's all these different needles out there that you can use, including those Teflon coated needles. They're called non-stick needle. And I will tell you what, those have saved my bacon numerous numbers of times, because if you're using any kind of adhesive, you're using basting glue, you are using any kind of iron-on thing for applique, they just go through that and you will not have thread breakage. It doesn't gum up your needle. It's really nice to be able to use those kind of needles. Okay, let's go over here and let's talk about some other things right now. If you are not sure that you can fit a long arm in your space, we have long arm mats that you can roll out in the space you've got, and you can see exactly how much space the long arm's going to take up, and then you can figure out whether or not that's right for you. Now this is for people interested in the frame models. We also have plenty of paperwork and online. It shows you the dimensions that the long arms take up. So make sure that you take a look at that. Now I want to make sure that everyone is also aware that the studio frames, we're not here at the studio frames today. Those are back in the classroom right now. But our studio frame with a Q16 Plus on it, you can get the Q16 Plus in a 10-foot frame, and you can get that for, I said the Plus, I'm sorry, just the Q16. You can get a Q16 on a 10-foot frame, and you can get that for $9,000. Did you ever dream you could get a long arm 10-foot frame from Bernina with this beautiful head on it for only $9,000? I mean, how great is that? And you know what? I don't want you to forget, Aaron and Dave will come to your home. They'll make sure it's set up. They'll make sure you can sew on it, and you will be taken care of. So we are going to...
People are asking, Margaret, why do you have a fish on the wall?
Well, Dave wanted to remind you ladies that sometimes we do not spend the kind of money on ourselves that the guys do. Sometimes the guys will go out and they'll get their big pickup truck, or they'll go out and get their beautiful little bass boat. Just remember, your new Bernina is cheaper than a bass boat. And I can guarantee you, all of my Berninas, I think except for our Pro with the Q-matic and every bell and whistle attached to it, that's the only one that might be in the same price range as a very inexpensive bass boat. So you guys will have to ask the bass boat, the fishermen out there. I'm sure that you know one of them. So you ask them what the least inexpensive bass boat would be, because they're not cheap. So if you're going ahead and doing that, so please remember to share our video with you today. I want to remind you that I've got a wonderful little bundle of panels, quilt labels that you can put on the back of your quilt. And did you know that whenever you order something from us, we always give you a little gift in that package? If you've ever ordered anything from us, you would know that when you get it shipped to you, there's always a little present. So this is our present for our Facebook Live watchers, but we also give you a little present whenever you order anything from you. And we have been very quiet lately. I'm not sure what the story is, guys, but please think about us when you're ordering online. We try to give you very fair prices. There's always lots in the on sale section. I will tell you the menu has changed recently. It looks different. Just pab through those different things in the menu. I think it actually makes more sense, and I think it will work better for you, but it is different. So please don't get worried that something's missing. It's not. It's all in there. You just have to look around a little bit and familiarize yourself to the new menu. And we are getting ready to make some pretty big changes on the website. So you will have to tell me what you think of the website once we start doing all that. Our website has been pretty generic for a long time. And we've been trying to figure out what's going to work and what's not going to work. So I'm hoping that you will find that useful, that piece of information. Remember, the website is universityofsewing.com. And all you have to do is go on there. If you're going to be buying from OESD, remember on the front of the website, you're going to go down to the bottom of the home page, and there's a tab that says OESD on it. If you click on that, it'll take you to a page that has OESD on it again. And you're like, what's going on? Well, I tried to figure it out, and I guess I'm just not smart enough, and I'm going to get some help with this down the road. But for right now, what you have to do is click on the second OESD link. And that will send you to I'm getting it all mixed up in my head now. OSED. Wait a minute. Dave, what is it? Come on, help me. OESD. OESD. So it's the embroidery supplies. If you go ahead and click on that second link, it'll take you right to their website. And I will tell you, they always have sales going on. Did you know you can buy embroidery designs for $1? They have $10 designs, they have dollar designs, they have entire collections. They do Tula Pink, they do Amanda Murphy, and I just want to remind you, they also do long arm designs. So it's all there, it's all right there in a package for you. Everything is really simple. And we, of course, always carry their products too. So don't forget, you can just go ahead onto our website, see what we have in stock. If you want to come in and talk about the different products and how they're going to work, we'll be happy to do that for you too. So I think, let me see. Oh, you know what I forgot to tell everybody, Dave? If you buy the Pro Long Arm right now, you're going to get a free $4.75. How in the world do they do that? I don't know. But you're going to get, if you buy a Q24 on the Pro size frame, it is going to come with
Actually,
a $4.75.
Margaret, you need to read this.
What?
What does it say?
Get this free with the purchase of a Q20 on any frame or table. And, oh, that's true. Wow, I didn't realize that. So on a table, when now
just giving stuff away?
We're just giving stuff away. So we're just giving stuff away. So it's referring, I will tell you, I don't think it's included in this one, but it is included in this one. I think somebody moved it on us. So we need to put it on the right
And it's
one.
with the 20 and 24, not the 16.
Yeah, that's true. You can't get that 16 for that price. So, okay. So right now, get your $4.75 when you buy a sit-down model or a Q20 on either the Pro frame or on the studio frame. Thank you. I was trying to get it out of my mouth and it wasn't working. Okay, guys, I think I am about done. Oh, don't forget, we just got, don't forget to get your red chair. They don't go on sale often. Okay, look at all the beautiful threads. So we've got all these gorgeous threads and they are here for you. And these are long arm threads. So Aero Quilt Madeira, made in Germany, beautiful colors. And I was showing you, I believe last week or the week before, the beautiful variegated threads on one of our other quilts. So these are all here. Tomorrow we are going to talk about the shop hop. We've got the fabrics in for it. and I've got those just about ready to all go live. There's a few corrections we need to make on our end, but it won't affect what you see. You can go right now and in our search engine, put in Shop Hop, and you can see how you can buy a passport. You can go ahead and see the different fabrics that are coming up for that. And I am going to have the quilt ready for you to see tomorrow. At least the top will be done. We're working on all this, guys. We've been challenged. I have been sick for the last week and a half. That has not helped anything. So today, the financing for the Longarms has started. It goes through next Monday. And if you're thinking that you want to buy a long arm, come and see me today or tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. Hopefully you have the day off. If you can't get in either of those 2 days, but you do think you want to do the financing, go online and apply for the Bernina credit card and see how much credit you get from there. And then call me and we can discuss it and I can get you all taken care of. Everybody, I hope you have a wonderful Friday. And then tomorrow we will see you for Facebook Live again.